Young-onset Alzheimer's disease is a form of dementia, a form of Alzheimer's disease. The difference is that it's in a group of people that are much younger. So the definition is that you have symptoms before the age of 65.
My company sort of got rid of me in a nice way, but because I was not able to do the work I was doing. I didn't know it at the time, and that things that was going wrong within my work, which I thought was fine.
I think John's personality had changed quite a bit over the past few years. He was getting quite angry sometimes. He wanted everything to be his way, and I think that's because he wanted control. From being a very, very practical man and being able to knock down walls and do all sorts of things around the house, he suddenly wasn't able to do things.
So the presentation can be quite different to typical older age Alzheimer's disease. Although the commonest presentation, the commonest symptoms are still memory problems, around 32% of people with young-onset Alzheimer's disease, they will not have memory as their primary symptom. They may have a visual problem, they may have a spatial problem with understanding space around them. They may have a language difficulty with word finding, or they may have a behavioural problem. Young-onset Alzheimer's disease is poorly recognised. So the first challenge is getting a diagnosis in the first place. But once you have a diagnosis, there is very little support out there for people that are under the age of 65.
Most people who have dementia are old, so if we go to anything, they often gear things to things in the 50s. Well, John wasn't even born in the 50s, so he's not going to know anything about a quiz like that, or the music. He's not interested in that sort of music. So it's quite hard to find something that's geared for him, really.
I couldn't find anything. I tried and tried, but everywhere I went, it was very, very old people's or very young people's, and I just didn't fit any place that's right for me.
For anybody who's received a diagnosis of young-onset Alzheimer's disease, I think my advice might be, first of all, pick yourself up off the floor. Secondly, have a strong drink. And then take stock of what there is around you. Make yourself well informed. Being part of a carers group is helpful. It's a lonely road that you can travel. And I think that the support from other people in the same boat who really do understand what you're going through makes a difference. And I think that's particularly so for young-onset Alzheimer's.
Support varies in different areas, and unfortunately most support for Alzheimer's disease is geared at older people, so this is where we have a big problem. For support for young-onset, we have just started up a young-onset Alzheimer's disease support group within Rare Dementia Support, and we plan to have meetings 4 times a year. We also plan to have some social chat groups via Zoom for people affected with that young-onset Alzheimer's disease. I think when people are in a situation where they're socialising with people with the same problems, they feel so less isolated and much more confident about themselves. It's really quite empowering.